Hello everyone, I'm Jensen. Today is Wednesday, March 17th, and from funeral reimbursement to an extended tax deadline, I have all the stories you need to know to get in the loop tonight. But first, I hope you got outside today because it is absolutely incredible out there. But tomorrow, not so much. Our First Alert Weather team has issued a First Alert Day for tomorrow, so let's take a moment and see what's ahead.
The wind that's out of the east overnight into tomorrow morning will only get stronger. It's going to turn northeast. And in the blue arrows here, you can see the wind driving onshore from the lake all day long tomorrow. And I repeat this so many times, but it's not only the strength of the wind that builds the water into the lakeshore and builds the waves on the lake. It's when it's coming from the same direction for a long duration. That's going to be the case. This is noon tomorrow. After hours and hours and through the afternoon tomorrow, it's just going to keep on coming. So water's going to be piling into the lakeshore tomorrow. It'll be raining. As a First Alert Day, it's just simply going to be a nasty weather day here across the area. So cold, wet, and windy all combined. And this is all going to move out on Thursday night. The wind, though, is going to keep coming from a similar direction, though. I mean, think about that. Even during the day on Friday, it will be northeast coming across the water onto the lakeshore. So still a cool breeze on Friday, even though there will be some sunshine there. Here's the wind speed tomorrow. First thing in the morning, 25 miles an hour, and then gusting over 40 all day long. And the kids after school are going to be battered by the wind and wind chills. Chance of rain comes in late tonight. It will be becoming windy, 36 the low temperature, and then the temperature just doesn't really budge tomorrow. A nasty day with rain, wind, and lakeshore flooding. A cold and breezy day Friday, but a brighter day. 42 will be the high. Then the weekend. And still look forward to this one. 55 Saturday, 65 Sunday, 68 Monday, 70 on Tuesday. And Tuesday will bring a chance of showers and then more chances of showers as the week goes on.
And Ohio Attorney General Dave Yost announced that he's suing the Biden administration over its $1.9 trillion relief package that was signed into effect last week. So in a release, Yost said that he's filed a motion for a preliminary injunction against part of the American Rescue Plan Act, which he says threatens to withhold needed federal funds from Ohio in an effort to, quote, handcuff the state's authority to make changes to its tax structure and economic policy. Yost is seeking to bar the enforcement of the tax mandate, a provision that he claims exceeds the authority of Congress. So Ohio is expected to receive $5.5 billion as part of the relief package. Yost claims that the tax mandate forces Ohio to accept money with significant conditions, including that funds can't be used, directly or indirectly, to offset tax cuts or credits. Yost said, slipping last-minute conditions into a plan meant to help people that instead handcuffs Ohio is why people don't trust the government, and it almost always leads to constitutional mischief. And things could get a little bit awkward because President Joe Biden is expected to visit Ohio next week to talk about that stimulus plan and healthcare costs. So he's supposed to be in Columbus on Tuesday, which is the anniversary of the Affordable Care Act being signed into law. Now, of course, the White House has not released specific information about where the stop will be in Columbus, but we will, of course, keep you updated, and you can watch live on WWII.com and on our Facebook page and YouTube channel. But what's going on with those stimulus checks anyway? The Treasury Department says it sent out 90 million economic impact payments, totaling $242 billion since President Joe Biden signed a $1.9 trillion pandemic relief plan last week. The bulk of those payments were made by the IRS as direct deposits, which some people started seeing in their bank accounts last weekend. In addition, Treasury has mailed out roughly 150,000 checks worth about $442 million. Officials said additional batches of payments will be sent in the coming weeks, and no actions needed by most taxpayers to receive those payments, which will be automatic and similar to how they received their first and second round of economic impact payments back in 2020. Over the weekend, the IRS relaunched the nifty Get My Payment tool on the irs.gov website to help Americans track those checks. But what if when you use the tracker, it says payment status not available? Well, if you do get that message, don't worry just yet. According to the IRS, it can mean one of three things. You're not eligible for the payment has yet to be processed, or the IRS doesn't have enough information to issue the payment to you. And payments will continue to be issued throughout the year, but as a note, the IRS has asked the public not to call them with questions. All of the information you need is listed on the IRS website. And what if you didn't get the first and second stimulus checks? The IRS said anyone who is eligible to get the first or second stimulus payments but didn't needs to claim a 2020 recovery rebate credit and file a 2020 tax return. Even if someone isn't required to file, the IRS says yes. For more information and links to everything I'm talking about, check out the article I posted in the description of this video. And speaking of taxes, this year you might have a little bit more time to file. The IRS is planning to push back the federal tax filing deadline by a month, according to reports by Bloomberg, CNBC, and other outlets. While the IRS didn't immediately release a public statement to confirm the deadline would be pushed back, the agency is reportedly dealing with a big backlog of tax filings. USA Today reported the IRS has not been able to fully process 24 million filings dating back to 2019. Both Bloomberg and CNBC reported the deadline is expected to now be either May 15th or May 17th, and that uncertainty is because May 15th is a Saturday. The tax filing deadline was pushed back into the summer last year because of the pandemic. Now, once the IRS issues a public statement and a new deadline is set in stone, we'll be sure to let you know on WTOL and on WTOL.com. And next month, FEMA plans to start the process of reimbursing funeral costs for those who died of COVID-19. Part of that process will include a toll-free phone number where people can apply for funeral assistance. Acting FEMA Administrator Bob Benton said they aren't using an online registration system for the program because they want to make sure it's handled in an empathetic way. He explained that they want to be able to case manage and have human-to-human interaction to make sure everyone's needs are in fact supported. FEMA's on track to launch the Funeral Assistance Program and the 1-800 number in early April, and they're currently finalizing the policy and training call center staff. So right now we don't know what criteria will be used to determine how much reimbursement those eligible will receive, but we expect to have more answers here in the coming weeks. And before I go, there's just this really sweet and all-around heartwarming story that I have to share with you all. Meet Tom Cornish. The 96-year-old World War II veteran made 400 weaved hats that he then donated to the Salvation Army while locked down in his senior living complex during COVID. He sets a goal of completing 1 hat a day, but sometimes he finishes 2 or even 3. Tom, a Navy man, volunteered for service in the Pacific during World War II, then returned to Minnesota and kept volunteering for various groups and causes as he raised 5 kids with his wife, Lorraine. And now he's teaching others at his living facility to make the hats so they can donate even more to those in need. Now, if that doesn't give you just a little bit more faith in humanity, I don't know what will. But that is all I have for you today. If you liked this video, hit that like button and of course subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm Jensen, and now you're in the loop.